Today's class is the past continuous, sometimes called the past progressive. Okay, the past continuous is constructed with the verb to be in the past, was or were, plus the ing form of the main verb. Here we have the three forms: the affirmative, the negative, and the question form. Okay, the past continuous has four uses. The first use is an activity at a certain time in the past. Example sentences: last night I was searching for a hotel on the internet for 3 hours. Or, at 6 o'clock we were driving back from Oxford. The second use is more than one activity happening at one time in the past. In the classroom, all the students were chatting, laughing, and playing around. The third use is called interrupted action, and this is an activity happening when something else happens. Here we use the two grammar forms of the past continuous and the past simple with when and while. Okay, while I was walking home, I saw an old friend. Or, we were playing football when it started to rain. The last use is background information, and we use the past continuous to make stories more interesting. As I walked to school, the birds were singing and the sun was shining. Okay. There are rules for the interrupted action using the adverbs while and when. While can only follow with the past continuous. Example: while I was walking home, I saw an old friend. Or, I saw an old friend while I was walking home. However, we cannot use while and then follow with the past simple. While I saw an old friend, I was walking home. This would be incorrect. However, we can use when and follow with the past continuous or the past simple. So, when I was walking home, I saw an old friend. Or, I saw an old friend when I was walking home. Or, I was walking home when I saw an old friend. Okay. Here are some activities for you to practice the four uses of the past continuous. Pause this slide and answer each sentence using was or were and the ing form of the verb in blue. Okay. These are the answers. Okay. Good practice with the past continuous is writing sentences without my help. So here we have a picture of Bob. Okay, what was Bob doing? So I'd like you to use interrupted action, which is the phone, but also describe Bob's activity. Try and use when or while. Again, pause the slide and write a sentence. Okay. Hopefully your sentence is similar to mine. Bob was working on his computer. He was listening to the stereo when the phone rang. Okay, we have two activities: working, listening, and the interrupted action is the phone. So we can also say this sentence without to was. Bob was working on his computer, listening to the stereo when the phone rang. Is much more common. Using while, we could write the sentence like this: while Bob was working on his computer, listening to the stereo, the phone rang. Okay, another. Here he is again, and this time the interrupted action is writing a note. Again, use when or while and write a sentence. Pause the slide. Okay, Bob wrote a note of her birthday in his calendar while he was talking to Sally. Or, while Bob was talking to Sally, he wrote a note of her birthday party in his diary. Slightly different, doesn't matter. Okay,